So as an established business owner, you probably have a couple hundred reviews on Google Maps and Trustpilot and all of these different things, right? I'm joking. I know most of you guys don't get any sales, but anyway, you probably have a ton of reviews on these platforms. You also probably have lots of comments on your social media posts, right? And you probably also have a customer service department that's handling tens or hundreds of tickets every single week, right? Side note, if you're getting hundreds of support tickets every single week, your product probably sucks. Otherwise, people wouldn't be making so many support tickets trying to ask for help if it was such a good product. But anyway, you probably don't have the time or the motivation to read all of these hundreds of customer reviews or go through these support tickets or user comments and all that, right? But you still want to get some valuable insights from all of this, right? Because look, all of these customer reviews are giving you some valuable information, right? About what customers think about your product. It would be a shame to not read through them. And that's where a little something called sentiment analysis comes in. Basically, we can use all of these fancy AI models that we've got today, and we can use them to analyze these things for us. And then it can produce a really nice report that we can go through, and we can improve our business based on that report. For example, imagine an automation that can read all of your negative business reviews on Google Maps or on Trustpilot or whatever. It's going to read all of the negative business reviews, and it's going to give you a short one-page report on the most common pain points or the struggles that your customers are facing. And then you can go and fix those things in your business, right? That's extremely valuable, right? And you don't need to go and read these reviews yourself. You can let an AI do it for you, generate a report, and you can read that and follow it, right? Or imagine another automation where you can have an AI agent analyzing all of the customer service reports that you're getting, right? You can have an agent analyze each customer support chat individually, figure out if your support employees are on their best behavior, if your customers are actually being satisfied from your support department, if they're getting their issues resolved or not, whether they leave the chat happy and satisfied or really frustrated and angry, right? You can even have an agent that scans all of the support requests that you get and figures out let's say the most common pain points that your customers face, the most common problems that they have with your product that they then have to go to your support agents to resolve, right? And then you can either go into your marketing or your documentation or your product, and you can go fix those issues so that users don't need to open those support tickets to resolve those issues. And that makes your product so much better, right? Because look, if you fix the most common issues with your product, your customers can use a better product. They don't need to go and ask your support agents to fix some issue for you. And your support agents don't need to deal with so many support tickets. Win-win for you and for the customer. And by the way, I know I'm using a lot of negative examples in these automations, like negative customer reviews, negative support tickets, but that's just the nature of business, right? Most people who are satisfied with your product aren't going to take time out of their day to leave positive comments. But the people who are really dissatisfied or frustrated with your product, they are going to take time out of their day and go complain about your product everywhere. Like, you've probably noticed this if you've served a few customers. The people who leave reviews on your business aren't the most happy customers. They're often the most dissatisfied ones. The people who are opening all the support tickets on your website, they're not people who didn't face any problems and they're just happy with your product. They're people who have some major problems with your product and they want you to come fix it. Anyway, that's just the nature of business, right? Now, imagine another automation. I promise this is going to be a bit more positive, that can read your comments on every single social media post, every single YouTube video, Instagram reel, LinkedIn post, Twitter post that you put out. It can read all of the comments on that post and then do some sentiment analysis on them to figure out whether that post was well received or not, whether the comments are positive or not, if there are any concerns that pop up in the comments. And, it can analyze all of these things and give you a short report on the entire sentiment of that whole post. And yes, the irony is not lost on me that I picked a social media example with LinkedIn comments, the most anti-social platform there is. But I'm sure you can at least see the value in an automation like this, right? All of these automations are extremely valuable for any business They take less than an hour for you to set up. They don't require any technical knowledge. You can just set them up once and they'll just run in the background, analyzing all these different data in your business and giving you reports that you can use. And you don't have to put any work into this besides the work you put in the initial setup when you're just setting these things up, right? Once you set them up to run, they're just going to run. So here's how you're actually going to run this, right? Here's how you implement this. The actual process is very simple. The first thing you need is data, right? You need data like your support tickets or your customer reviews or comments and all these other things, right? You need a way to get all of this data. You can use an API if you're trying to build automations for like user comments and reviews. You can go to the Google Maps API, get your business reviews, get those analyzed, etc. But you need some way to get this data. And then you just need an AI model that can analyze these things for you. You will literally just give it a decent system prompt that, hey, you need to analyze these things to make a report on all of this data that I can view, right? You're going to give it a pretty detailed and precise system prompt. You're going to feed it all of this data, and then it's going to generate the report and send it to you on, like WhatsApp or some other platform you want to use, email, whatever you want to use, right? And then you just set this thing up to run, let's say, every day or every week, or even just manually if you want to, right? So to implement this, I've got a very detailed AI prompt in the description below. Go copy that, paste it into your favorite coding AI agent, and it will guide you on how exactly you can set this up. It'll ask you a bunch of questions just to get some information out of you. And then once it understands exactly how your specific business works, how your specific data source works, what kind of data you want to analyze and all that, it's going to build this entire automation for you. All right. Just copy that prompt, follow the steps, and you're going to have amazing automations like these to analyze your entire business. And if you want my help to implement this for you, top link in the description, book a call with me. I'll help you set this whole thing up, and you won't have to do any of the work. I'll handle all of the automations for you, and you're going to get these intelligent AI agents that can analyze all of these different parts of your business and give you some really valuable insights. Top link in the description. Go check that out.